Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I posted a video, but we are back and we are going to be having regular videos from now on. So what I want to do today is we're going to make a card, but not only can you use this technique and these processes to make a card, you can make many different things. So you can make cards, 3D projects like boxes, gift bags. You can use this process in your scrapbooking. You can embellish a gift bag that's already pre-purchased, tags, bookmarks, things like that. So if you're not necessarily a card maker but a crafter and you like doing different things, you can use these techniques to do other things as well. So what I've done is I've made many templates of cards that I reference back to and just to give me some inspiration and some ideas. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing different techniques and using different processes, different materials, different mediums to make cards and 3D paper projects. So today we're going to make a birthday card because my mom's birthday is next week, and I thought we would go ahead and just make that here on the video. This was kind of the template that I'm going off of. This is portrait style. I'm going to make her card landscape orientated. So let's go ahead and get started. I will give you kind of a tip here. These cards and envelopes sets I got at Hobby Lobby, but you can get them at Michael's, Joann's, places like that. They come with coordinating cards and envelopes in the same color, so it's very easy to pick out an envelope, go to your pattern paper stash or whatever you're going to do, and make a card. So this is very simple. I have 2 boxes of these. You get 120 cards and envelopes, obviously in many different colors, and I absolutely love these. If you get these when everything is 50% off, this is by the Paper Studio. This whole box was $10. So you get all these cards for $10. That's a really good deal. We are doing like a peachy colored card today. I'm using some rose gold accent paper for my thing. I got these little bins for my small paper stashes. I have 6x6 paper stacks and then 4x6, and this rose gold cardstock stack is what we're using today for our embellishing. First of all, what I want to do is I want to do my stamping and get my sentiment done, so then I can just go ahead and assemble the card. And I'm using Cajun Craze ink from Stampin' Up. Now, I was looking through my stash because what I really wanted was I wanted to emboss some rose gold embossing powder on here, and that's what I wanted to do. But I don't have any rose gold embossing powder, so guess what's on my list to go get? Yes, it is. So I'm just going to use this wooden stamp. I'm going to stamp it up and put it down just like that. Go ahead and close this ink, get it out of the way. I'm going to put this aside to let it dry for just a moment. I'm going to grab our card base, make sure it's orientated how I like it. This is how we're going to go. So this is just a regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. So if you had a piece of 8 1/2 by 11 paper, you could cut it in half, score it, and here we go. The first piece that we're going to lay down is a piece of glitter paper that measures 4 1/4 by 2 1/4. And I need to get my adhesive. So I'm going to use some score tape here. We're just going to lay some down on the long sides, just like that. Make sure it's on there. Get rid of the backing. Alright, so then we're just going to place it over here to the side, just like that. Lay it down. Okay, so that's the first layer. And then what I think I want to do is this foil piece, I'm going to emboss, just to give it a little bit of texture. Maybe, let's see here. Because when I lay this down on here like this, yeah, I do. So let me grab my embossing folder. We're going to emboss this foil piece, and then I'll be back. Okay, so if you've never used an embossing folder before, all it is just a small folder that has the capabilities of making an impression onto your paper. So this is one that I got at Joann's recently. It's kind of a paisley design. I'm going to place my paper right side up. This is right side up on the embossing folder because the color design is there. So I'm going to kind of place it to where I want my paper to be. So just like this, it's a sandwich. So we're going to take these two plates, put it on either side of that folder, and we're just going to feed it through this little machine here. And I usually go forwards and then I'll go backwards. And this thing's getting pretty worn out, so usually I put a shim in there just to make sure, but I don't want to tear. Oh, perfect. Okay, so it actually made really good. So if you can see, it made it, you know, it looks metallic, and then it has that the design on it, so it's pretty cool. All right, let's move this out of the way. You want to be careful when you're embossing sometimes because it can go through the paper if you do it too hard. I almost did it that time. I'm going to lay some adhesive down on the back side of that embossed piece. There's a couple different ways of embossing when we talk about embossing and crafting. There's heat embossing, and that's where you use like a clear ink and you put down a powder and then you heat it up and it raises your ink and you emboss that way. And then there's impression embossing like this that you use with the folders, and you get the embossing that way. So there's a couple different ways and techniques in the crafting world to make an embossed image. Okay, so I really like that. It's really pretty. Lots of detail in there. Super duper. I'm glad I did that. So now we're just going to take this piece here and our greeting that we stamped earlier. I'm going to just eyeball this and make it pretty close to the... I don't want a lot of extra border around here. And I need a new trimmer blade, which I have. I just need to replace it because I'm getting little fuzzies on the end of my paper. So this will be kind of a rustic looking sentiment. Alright, I'm gonna just clean it up on that side. That's good, we're gonna go with that. I pre-cut this to, what was it, 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, just guessing of what I would need. And that looks pretty good actually, giving me enough border to go around here. Probably slide it over there to the side like that. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take my greeting, put some adhesive here on the back. This is a very, very simple way to make a card, especially if you have pattern paper, because you just, you know, you choose something that matches. It doesn't have to be exact. And, you know, you just throw it together. It's so cool. You could even, if you didn't have a lot of stamps for your sentiment, you can print something off on the computer, you know, like some kind of happy birthday labels in whatever size you thought you were going to use, and make cards like that as well. Okay, so we have our greeting attached to our glittered mat, and we will put it over here. And you know, sometimes we use dimensional stickers on the back to raise it up, but because there's dimension in the foil here, I'm not going to raise it up. I'm just going to lay it straight down on the card. So now we'll just lay some adhesive on the mat with our greeting. And place it over here off to the side a little bit. Just like that. Okay, so now we have a happy birthday card with some glitter and some embossed foil paper. It looks really pretty. I absolutely love it. You know, minimal effort. Now on the inside, I'll write on the inside, stamp some things before I give it to her. But what I also wanted to show you was, obviously you can send these through the mail, and I love colored envelopes. It gets people's attention, you know, it really stands out, and when it matches the card, it makes it even better. So you can stamp on your envelopes when you send them through the mail. You don't want to cover up your addresses or anything like that, but you can stamp on it and make it nice and pretty. I am not going to send this through the mail. I'm going to hand this to her, but nevertheless, I'm going to kind of jazz up the envelope a little bit. So I'm just going to take this filigree flourish stamp that I have in my stash. Nothing special, something I just probably picked up off of eBay or something like that. Okay, so there's that little filigree, and then I'm going to put another one. Actually, what I'm going to do first is, my mom loves butterflies. Everything I make for her has butterflies on it, so you know, I'm not going to disappoint this time. It's going to have a butterfly. So we'll put the butterfly down here at the bottom, and I'll just kind of offset it like that. So there's the butterfly. And then I want to take this filigree stamp again. And I thought it was going to fit on here. I don't really want to go over the... Yeah, it's going to run into the butterfly just a little bit, but that's okay. So then we'll take this and go down along the bottom. Give it a little press. You do not want to rock your stamps back and forth. But if you give them a firm press down, that's good. Okay, so here's my envelope for my mom's card, and here is the card. So I will write a little note inside, and within a matter of minutes I have made a cute little customized birthday card. Alright, we'll see you next time.